you're going to play better defense in Madden, you need 3 basic coverages in your arsenal, no matter what defense you run. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one. You probably have heard the term Mable coverage. With Mable coverage, you're going to be playing flats on 30, curl flats on 5. And this is designed to take away sideline flooding route combinations. So with this particular defense, what I will traditionally do is I will play a player with my zone dropped purple set to 5. I've got my 30-yard blue, and then we traditionally will have a deep zone over the top. I would actually recommend that you run a defense that allows you to change your safeties from halves into outside thirds if you're really worried about the sideline, because this is going to give you a short, medium, and super deep zone on the sideline. But in general, this will get you started with defending those pesky street corner flat combinations. The one thing that I want you guys to remember with this is that corner routes can get behind zone dropped blues if you do not back them up. So if you take a look right here at this right bumper, I can actually throw this over the top of his head if we do not back him up. So the simple change that you guys will want to make to this is when you run your Mable, make sure you back up that blue zone. This will make him get into a better spot. That way, when they go to run their flooding combo, that blue zone will actually be in a spot where it can at least be able to get back on those throws. Now, again, the problem is the deep half, to me, gives you a little bit of a sliver. You saw right there, we were able to throw that over the top, but we were still out of bounds. This is where I would advance this coverage setup into a spot where maybe you guys are running a rolled cover 3. This is basically what we would call cover 3 cloud with a short flat underneath. This will give you the best blend of the deep over the top third on the bunch side with the backed up cloud flat, being able to bracket this throw, and they won't be able to throw the flat, the corner, or a streak up top. And you see right there, our backed up 30-yard blue makes this play. This Mable style coverage is very, very good against a variety of different offenses. So for instance, I wanted to attack with a combination that attacks the sideline out of a trips formation. We could go ahead and run a Mable style coverage. Now, for those of you that aren't in big nickel over G, or you want those outside third adjustments, let's talk about how you guys would accomplish this in dollar. If you take a look at the little right stick icon below the play call menu, it says packages. If you flick the right analog stick until it says safety inside, or in this particular defense, the formation is called safeties. This is the 3 safety rule. In nickel sets, you might go ahead and click the stick and it says free safety inside. These are the same thing. So what you do with this is you're going to be able to have your purple on the field. You can have your backed up blue. And now if you take a look at the right bumper, he gets different outside third adjustments. So this is going to allow you to play that rolled cover 3 that I just kind of showed you, where we're flooding the sideline with all kinds of zones. We have a short inside zone, a short outside zone, a deep kind of intermediate zone, a deeper zone over the top, and then this middle third that kind of takes it away. When you take a look at the spacing of this, if we kind of zoom out, it gives you basically 5 guys guarding 3 routes. So it's pretty tough to really defend this look. So if I were to go ahead and run a streak, a corner, and a flat, or some sort of attacking threat to the outside, this is going to allow you to then be able to basically accomplish the same goal. So you see here in the dollar defense, we're able to run this, we snap the ball, you see this Y corner or the X corner runs into the 30-yard blue, got something over the top of the streak, and you're in a good spot. And this is also really, really good against the pesky tight formations in which you have 2 receivers on both sides of the field. You don't know which side is going to get that corner route meta, so you could go ahead and run what a lot of players call double Mable. You just have both of your outside corners backed up, both your slot corners down low. This type of defense is good because you can get the illusion that you might be blitzing out of it, but also you're taking away the sideline. So when we snap this ball here, we go to throw our corner route to either side, you see that it doesn't really matter. They're both guarded. You're not going to be able to throw corners. So this is a really good foundational defense for defending really any type of corner route in the game. It does leave a little bit of the middle of the field open, but at least you're declaring to your opponent that they cannot throw to the sideline. So that is our first coverage that we want to talk about. Now, if you guys are enjoying today's video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Is there content that's not here on the YouTube channel that you'd like to see? Let me know below. I always want to hear what you're thinking about the content right here. And if you guys are wanting more, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. 11 offensive and defensive game plans, everything that I know on both sides of the ball in those game plans. And we have a vault where we talk about the most effective tactics or the meta, countering what pro players are doing, explaining why it works, but again, most importantly, those counters. And we have the best community with our Discord, thousands of members helping one another out every single day to get better at the game. And I offer lab sessions every single Wednesday at no additional charge. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that perk as well with the website. Now, the next coverage I'm going to share with you guys is strictly a coverage that I will utilize against what is called a 3-by-1 formation. So if you take a look here at the bottom of the play call screen, we've got a 3-by-1, 3 receivers to the right of the quarterback, 1 receiver to the left of the quarterback. Anytime I get this alignment, I am a big fan of what I call the super press. Now, the super press is a defense where you're going to turn match coverage on and you're going to turn your zone drops off. And with this, you're going to choose a play that is not cover 3. This is very, very important, okay? So when you choose a play that is not cover 3, this is going to allow you to change the zone on the solo receiver to an outside third. The outside third adjustment is one of my favorites in the game for kind of convincing my opponent to lob the ball deep down the field. So what I'll do is I'll roll up and press alignment on the solo side receiver. And what this does is this allows for us to kind of be in a spot where our opponent will think it's a man press alignment and they will just chuck this. I can't tell you how many times I've had this as just a lob interception. They see this press, oh, man-to-man press. Oh, he beat the press. Let's go ahead and throw the lob up. But because it's a zone press alignment, the player always recovers. This is very different than how, for instance, man press works. So if I were to show you how a cover 1 behaved, if I were to just play even man-to-man here on the outside, man up X and press him, and then just play kind of a sideline, a middle third right here, similar to a cover 1. You take a look at Randy Moss. See how he just beats the snot out of the press and gives up the lob over the top? This is what a lot of players are expecting is, oh, it's press man, so they just lob it. This, again, baits them into that interception, but it also applies to verticals out of the gun bunch. So you see right here, we get the super press on Randy Moss. We think we're going to throw this crossing route, and then boom, he turns around and he's going to be able to pick it off. You don't need zone drops on that sideline. No Mable, no 30-yard blue. This is just taking away the streak and the crossing route at the same time. So if you're ever dealing with a streak to a solo receiver with a crossing route coming from the other side of the field, the super press is the #1 adjustment that you guys will want to use. Again, with this, please make sure you guys are not doing this out of a cover 3 base play. This only applies with match on out of any non-cover 3 zone in which you change that solo side receiver to an outside third. It's a sneaky trick, but it's so good. Now, unfortunately, not all corner routes are the same. Some are going to get over the top of 30-yard blues. Let's take, for instance, the play flood out of the New York Jets in the formation known as the bunch strong offset. This is a very popular corner route to the tight end that gets over the top of even a backed up outside cloud on 30. So what a lot of players will do is they'll snap this play knowing that A is going to get over the top, and they'll throw this free form. And you see right here, it's going to be open for about 40 yards. This is where you guys are going to need what we call a hybrid coverage. A hybrid coverage is one in which you're playing zone, but you have players individually manned up within the defense, and it doesn't necessarily put your defense in a bad spot. So let's go ahead and show you guys a simple way to achieve this. I'll show you guys my way and also just kind of a play call that you guys can rock stock that will give you guys a better chance. So if you guys are in dollar, a play that I think is actually quite good is what we would call cover 3 lock. This is a cover 3 defense in which there is an individually manned up player, but we're just going to change him where he's going to man up that specific corner route. So if you ever have a situation where, oh, you know, this beats zone drops, this is a great type of call where you can just quickly change it so you're manned up on the player that's giving you trouble. But in terms of the rest of it, you know, you always have the opportunity to still play your Mable coverage. So maybe in this situation, I play a Mable that looks like this, but we individually have the one player that can beat the zone drops manned up. So now when they go to snap this football, you're gonna see that the man-to-man is now on this guy. And even though it beats the 30-yard setting, it doesn't beat the man-to-man, which I know right there, we got a fluky completion. they can't live on a throw like this. Now, this isn't the only type of play where you can play hybrid. You guys can almost create your own. So let me show you guys another example that you guys actually could find on my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. This is one of my favorite go-tos against the bunch strong when somebody is running this play flood. And what this is going to be is this is going to be a cover 6. We're not even going to play zone drops on this. We're going to play match, and I'm going to go into the play cover 6. Now, with this particular formation, it's what we consider 4 strong, which means 4 receivers or running backs to one side of the quarterback. You can't even really play match against this. So this is going to be a great candidate to basically turn us into what I would consider a hybrid coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to man up the tight end here with this linebacker. I'll just patrol the middle with this linebacker. And honestly, if you're worried about, a shorter corner, you might even take this slot player and man him up on the B receiver. And then you could always change this player into a flat. This hybrid coverage allows you to have deep zones in the seam and the deep outside with a hard flat underneath, but we're individually neutralizing 2 players on the bunch side. This will then allow us to kind of say, okay, well, if the unmanned player goes vertical, I've got a safety that can take him or an outside corner that can take him. If he runs underneath, I've got a flat to the backside. Basically, all you have to worry about is the running back running out of the backfield on something like this. But as it pertains specifically to play flood, when we snap this ball, it's going to be bracketed. So you see right there, it's man-to-man. I go to throw this, and you're going to have a player that can, make a play on this ball. Now, of course, if you guys want to put a safety at this spot for better coverage purposes, but you could obviously see that that route that is designed to beat zone, which this game is largely zone-based, is no longer something that your opponent could just habitually throw because it is individually manned up. Of course, there are going to be weaknesses. Maybe you'll have a quick flat that's open. You can always change up how you play this coverage. You don't even have to over man up this play. In fact, you could just play shade down, man up the route that you know is the threat that beats zone, and then play the coverage like this. This is a really good example of a coverage that will play quite great against a cover 4 because while they can preform this maybe down underneath of a zone, they can't necessarily do it if there's a guy also manned up on the route. So you guys will definitely want hybrid coverages in your arsenal as well. But I hope that these 3 base coverages will help you guys improve your defense no matter what it is you run. If you guys need additional help, make sure you guys are checking out gridirongameplans.gg. I work really hard over there on the website. It's the most affordable and best quality Madden tips that you guys will find in the marketplace. Make sure you guys go check it out. $9.95 unlocks everything I've done all year and everything that will continue to be posted on the website while your membership is active. Make sure you guys hop in our Discord. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comment section. I want to help you guys get better at this game. Subscribe, notification bell, comment. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and get the